Floyd, what do you think about the fight? Crawford Mayweather, he says it's gonna be a good fight. Think the winner should get Canelo?
Sir.
We're saying about them right now.
I'm sure that both of you guys are chasing one fighter. If y'all feel like y'all chasing him and y'all can't get that fighter, then y'all should say, fuck it, we'll fight each other.
Damn, that's
Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford recently sat down for a joint interview with a reputable news channel, where they discussed various topics, including who was the better boxer between them and who would win a hypothetical fight. As expected, neither backed down easily, with Mayweather standing by his long-held claim of being the best ever.
And I know that, Terence Crawford has been trying to fight Canelo. They both been trying to get that fight done. And it seems like both have been trying to get it done extremely bad. Now, if you can't get it done, then make you guys fight.
Floyd.
Congratulations, man.
While Terence Crawford isn't known for boasting, he has stated in several interviews that no fighter, including Floyd Mayweather, could defeat him in the ring. However, he has also admitted that he's never seriously considered a fight against Mayweather, whom he views as an idol and respects greatly. Mayweather, however, wasted no time turning the discussion into a challenge, telling Crawford, "Bud, you and I can step in the ring and settle this once and for all."
Bro, keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, bud. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of.
Terence Crawford position. Is it time for him to move up?
Wait. I think when he was like, I really super skillful fighter, very talented fighter, and I talked about that, a while back. And I thought about this, if he wanted to go to 168 and he want to fight Canelo bad and Benavidez want to fight Canelo bad, if they can't get Canelo, they can fight each other.
Terence Crawford, however, doesn't seem too keen on the idea, as he remains focused on securing a fight with Canelo Alvarez, a matchup he's been pursuing for over a year. His main motivation is to silence the debate over whether he could hold his own against Floyd Mayweather. His coach shares the same determination.
You had the Floyd Mayweather, his era. But July 29th, I'm gonna show each and every one of y'all why. This era is the Terence Crawford era. So y'all can witness.
When asked on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast how he would fare against Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford didn't hesitate to back himself, stating, "Me versus anybody." His trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, echoed the sentiment, though he acknowledged his bias. "Crawford is like my son, so I'll always support him. He's got that dog in him. He didn't reach this level overnight. It took years of hard work."
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
If you put Bud in the ring with Mayweather at their primes, of course, Mayweather would be the smarter fighter, McIntyre admitted. But I believe Bud would have more fight in him. Whether Crawford could break through Mayweather's legendary defense remains a debate. However, the more realistic matchup for Crawford right now is a fight against Canelo Alvarez.
Been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like...
Floyd Mayweather believes Terence Crawford should abandon the idea of fighting Canelo Alvarez and face him instead. During the discussion, Mayweather reflected on his own fight with Canelo, calling him an easier opponent in comparison. However, it's clear why Mayweather wants Crawford to overlook Canelo. One of boxing's biggest matchups is already set, with Crawford and Canelo scheduled to face off in September. Securing the fight wasn't easy, as Canelo nearly opted to fight YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul before finalizing the deal with Crawford at the last moment. Now, the boxing world is buzzing about whether Crawford can move up 2 weight classes and dethrone Canelo. Mayweather, who retired undefeated at 50-0 in 2017, has spoken extensively about both fighters. He famously handed Canelo his first professional loss in 2013 and has long admired Crawford. In a past interview with Fight Hype, Mayweather shared contrasting opinions on the two. While he was critical of Canelo, he once named Crawford as his pound-for-pound number one, saying, "As of right now, I'd put Terence Crawford at the top." Later this year, Mayweather's assessment will be put to the test. If Alvarez first defeats IBF champion William Skull in May, Crawford will have a shot at becoming the undisputed champion at 168 lbs. In September 2013, Floyd Mayweather faced Canelo Alvarez in a WBC and WBA light middleweight title bout. It was the 45th fight of Mayweather's illustrious career, while the young Mexican was taking on the toughest challenge of his own. Many expected a competitive matchup, but Mayweather dominated the fight, securing a clear victory on points, despite the scorecard suggesting a closer contest than most boxing fans believe.
When I fought Canelo, I was 36, and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion, I think.
Mayweather dominated the fight from start to finish, using his skill and experience to outclass Canelo over 12 rounds, securing a majority decision victory. Despite his clear superiority, Judge C.J. Ross controversially scored the bout 114-114, leaving many, including Mayweather, baffled. Speaking to Fight Hype, the 47-year-old didn't hold back when assessing Canelo's boxing ability, summing up the fight in 3 blunt words: he was nothing. Mayweather elaborated, saying, "I'll tell the truth about Canelo. He was easy. A cakewalk. You all praise this guy, but he was nothing. I was nearly 40, and I cooked him with ease."
Easy, man. Cakewalk. That's easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Sometimes as a counterpuncher, you get help.
Mayweather retired a few years later, but more than a decade on, Canelo remains one of boxing's biggest stars, capturing world titles at middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight, eventually becoming the undisputed champion at 168 lbs. Following his first career loss to Mayweather, Canelo rebounded impressively, winning his next 15 fights and securing multiple world titles across 3 divisions. Now he appears set for another massive showdown, with a highly anticipated bout against fellow pound-for-pound great Terence Crawford reportedly agreed for later this year.
The tank age, the young little champions. Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
Some observers believe the weight jump from 154 lbs to 168 lbs could be too much for Crawford, who has only fought once in the super welterweight division. Given Canelo's natural size advantage, many predict a dominant victory for the Mexican, potentially ending in a knockout, similar to when he stopped Amir Khan, who also moved up 2 divisions to face him. With that in mind, Mayweather was asked if Canelo's power concerned him before their fight. His response was blunt: "Not at all."
And the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 30s, you know what they say?
What's that?
Oh, this guy all washed up.
Mayweather dismissed any concerns about Canelo's power, stating, "It was nothing I hadn't felt before after being in the sport for over 20 years." His comments could boost Crawford's confidence, especially given Canelo's inability to stop his last 5 opponents. Recently, in an interview, Mayweather revisited memories of his iconic fight against Canelo Alvarez at that weight class.
Gave the sport of boxing their whole life and sacrificed a lot inside that square circle. They should feel that way. So if he feels that way, you know, more power to him. I had one fight, and the fight wasn't actually...
I had one fight at a catchweight, but that wasn't my idea, Mayweather explained. Anyone can look it up. It was in an article. At one point, I think Canelo believed I was scared of him. He said, Floyd doesn't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 or 152 1-2 lbs. So I called his bluff and agreed. But after making weight, there was no clause preventing him from gaining more. He weighed in at 152 or 152 1-2 lbs, but came into the fight around 168 or close to 170, while I was around 151 or 152.
It was at a catch weight, but it wasn't my idea. So at one particular time, you guys can, anybody, you can go online and pull this up. It was an article. So with Canelo said, I believe Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him.